All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Alane Boyd, a founder of BurgerFit, and I'm here with Ayessa Holbrook. She is an award-winning cook. She's a nutrition expert, and she is with the SunGarden team that has these beautiful sprouts that you see. And we are in the IWC kitchen. They are so gracious. Steve Ford is here with us, executive chef, although he is hiding. I don't know if he will appear or not. Come say hi, Steve. He actually let us take over for the 30 minutes to an hour that will be in here, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah,
and
no
if
problem.
you want to jump in and give us tips, because he is an amazing chef. I've eaten so much of his food, and he didn't even realize it because I was at his restaurant when he had it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hide in the back there. I hide in the back here. So.
And he's the executive chef. You do marketing here. And IWC is a food distributor in the Tennessee area and surrounding states. So if you have any of these products that you want to get into your store or where you eat, please talk to Steve.
And we've got a great partnership with SunGarden Sprouts. So we
carry
a few of their
BurgerFit.
lines. So yeah, BurgerFit's coming. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. So I'm going to make my BurgerFit burger. I'm going to be using a broccoli sprout powder that we're launching to sneak those veggies in. And Ayessa, what are you going to be making?
I'll be making a Mediterranean-inspired salad dish using our crispy mix, which is just sprouted beans, lentils, and then chopped mung beans. And then you can see I've got all these colorful vegetables that I'll be adding in, like onions, cucumber, tomatoes, and red bell peppers, along with some homemade dressing using Coop's mustard. And I chose the honey Dijon because when I
little
tried
sweetness.
that little sweetness, but that Dijon taste I really loved. So I'll be using that along with olive oil, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar. I put fresh dill on the PDF, but you can feel free to use dried dill or dried oregano. And then I've got salt, pepper, and some lemon juice.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get my skillet going here. I'm going to heat that up. I've got an iron skillet. I like cooking with iron skillets. I've got a BurgerFit handle envy here so I don't burn my hands. These are made in Tennessee. I've got a pound of ground beef here that I'm going to use to make our burgers.
Ooh, I've got a quick question.
Okay.
While you're doing all that,
Yeah.
Can you use other types of substitutes?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, my favorite, because I don't want to eat ground beef all the time.
Yeah.
I love using ground chicken and ground turkey. I've
Okay.
even done ground pork burgers that are just
Okay.
absolutely fantastic. So you can use whatever ground meat that you want.
Okay.
I've even made vegetarian ones out of your crispy mix blend,
Yeah.
out of lentils. So you can really get creative with our BurgerFit burgers.
What about the fat content on that one? Is it lean or is it?
I like a fattier 80-20,
Okay.
but this is from a local farm. It's Tennessee grass fed. So it's, it might be a little bit fattier in 80-20, but you
Okay.
also might sometimes get a leaner one. I prefer a fattier one. It definitely gives burgers more flavor
Yes.
than a lean beef that,
Yes.
I like flavor in my food. So
I do
like
too.
that extra fat, and a lot of it cooks out too. So I've got a teaspoon of garlic here. I'm going to sprinkle that in. And then I've got oregano and cumin. So I've got about a half teaspoon of cumin and 2 teaspoons of dried
Okay.
oregano. Perfect.
Ooh, I've got a quick question. So
Okay.
I've never seen anybody do cumin and oregano. So where did that come from?
Actually, I did not start till about a year and a half ago. It wasn't
Okay.
something I would have ever put together. But I have a friend from her family's from Cuba, and her and I were doing a cooking show
Okay.
together. And she goes, "Hey, let's change the recipe slightly and do cumin and oregano together." It is absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
It is so good. What I love about burgers is they're so simple. I'm a busy mom, have my company, and I want to feed my kids healthy and my husband healthy at dinner time. And burgers are so easy. And whenever you make a BurgerFit burger, which means you're sneaking in vegetables, you
I
have a
love
healthy
that.
dinner, whether they know it or not.
Yeah, I love that.
So I've got Coop's stone ground mustard. I just put about a tablespoon of the mustard in here. Cooking with mustard, you talk about a lot of flavor, adding to your meal without any effort. So I love my Coop's mustards. Then I've got my broccoli sprout powder here that we're launching. You'll be able to order it on our website soon. I'm going to do about 2 teaspoons here. And you might be thinking, man, that's not a lot of sprout powder. You don't need a lot. I promise you, these are packed with nutrients because you think about a sprout is what is going to grow into a giant broccoli plant with multiple heads of broccoli. And then we're going to take that and we're going to dehydrate it and blend it together. So you don't need much to really pack in those nutrients. So I'm going to just give this a really good mix. And I'm not going to over mix it. I just want to make sure things are combined. When you're doing burgers and working with ground meat, it's important that you don't overwork your meat because it becomes tough, and you don't want a tough burger. You want a really juicy, flavorful burger. So all I'm going to do here is mix this together, patty it out, and put it on there. You want to get started with the salad?
While she's mixing, I'm going to show you guys how to do the dressing. I've got about 5 tablespoons of lemon juice, 3 to 4 olive oil. You can use virgin or extra virgin depending on your taste. And I've got roughly around 2 tablespoons of the honey Dijon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the liquids together into the lemon juice. I've got my honey mustard.
And what I love about making your own dressing, they're very forgiving.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to have everything perfect.
No, and honestly, it depends on people's taste buds. You know, if you like a little bit more flavor of that mustard, then go ahead.
Add a little bit more. And you can keep, tweaking it as you're making it.
Yes. I'm known, along with my previous culinary teachers back in high school, even in college, I never follow a recipe because, it's very individually based.
It is. And you can do things just based off of what you have. You don't have to make a special grocery trip.
Yeah, like the herbs, you can use cilantro, fresh cilantro if you guys like. I like it, but I know some people don't. So I tried to do dill and oregano together. So we're just gonna mix this a little bit.
Now you're using a bowl and a whisk. Do you ever use like a mason jar and just shake it?
I do.
That's my favorite way to do it.
Except all of my mason jars are filled with pickles.
Ooh, I love that sizzle.
I do. I heard that.
I'm going to be using our BurgerFit smoked salts, which are our finishing salts. So you can wait till the end if you have those, and you can just sprinkle the top with these smoked salts. And I love the cheese because you have a smoked flavor on your burger without the hours of having to actually smoke.
I'm going to try as best as I can to show you guys, but this is what the salad dressing is going to look like. And now I'm just going to toss my chopped vegetables in. I've got some chopped tomatoes, about 4 or 5 small ones, depending on what you like. Heirloom tomatoes are really good.
Oh, yeah.
They have more flavor, to me at least. So we've got that. Thank you. And I've got 1 large cucumber that was just chopped. Just put that in.
Yes.
And then 1 red bell pepper that was diced.
And Steve did a beautiful job of dicing those. Thank you.
Got some half of diced red onion. Feel free to dice a whole onion if you'd like, if you're more of the oniony type.
And you could substitute if you don't have a red onion, green onion, or any, really any. Green onion would be really good.
The one in season is the sweet onions. So if anybody has sweet onions, feel free. I've got chopped or minced jalapeno that's about half, so a teaspoon or 2.
Yeah.
And if people don't like the heat as much, feel free to just scrap it out. I personally love the heat, so I try to add it in. Yeah. But not too much. Before I add the cheese, I just want to kind of toss it around with my tongs.
So what about if you do like spice, but you don't have a jalapeno with red pepper flakes or anything like that? Could be substituted in there.
Red pepper flakes. You can even do. I've seen other people do like the garden salsa chili.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you like the heat, there's jalapeno, habanero.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that would be a
Yeah.
I'd probably go a little skimpier on habanero. But a serrano pepper would also be really good.
I've seen ones with the banana pepper, which I thought was interesting.
So a nice little mild.
Added to it. So I've got this all mixed up, but I've got some feta cheese, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some.
So you'll do that. You'll add the cheese before you add the dressing.
Yes, I'm gonna add the cheese before I add the dressing, and just kind of toss it around a little bit just so everything is even. And then that's when I'm gonna take my dressing that I put in. I'm just gonna slather that all over the place.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my burgers a flip. They're getting nice and brown on the bottom, so we'll have that nice little kind of grilled look to the burgers, and then yeah,
That looks really
a
good.
little. Some people like a medium in this room, and I like it well done. I think Ayessa does too.
I do.
One thing I love to do when I'm cooking burgers too is I'll slice an onion and just throw it on top after I flip, and then pour a little red wine in there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that red wine with the onions, talk about delicious. So you want to cook your burgers depending on how long or how well done you want them, about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Also depends on how hot you've got your skillet. I've got mine on about a medium to high range right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and add some of our crispy mix. So you can boil these crispy mix, or you can just use it straight off the bag. But if you're boiling it, it's around 15 to 20 minutes until fork tender. And then
So it's really just a texture preference,
Yeah,
if you want the crunch or if you want it softer.
So texture preference. So I'm just gonna add that in.
And what kind of sprouts are in the crispy mix?
So this one has our adzuki. I think it's the green peas, and I'm not sure. I know there's a third one. What was the third one?
Green beans, lentils,
And lentils. So adzuki beans, green peas, and lentils. That's just sprouted. I personally like it raw because you can taste it more.
Here,
I'll hand that over to you. And then we've got some mung beans that I already went ahead and chopped from SunGarden. And to me, I like it because it gives more of a texture and depth. So I'm just going to add.
What I love about sprouts like mung beans or any of the sprouts from SunGarden or the sprouts that you can buy, I'm going to grab one real quick. They are very non-intimidating for a child to try. So if you've got picky eaters at home, they will usually at least try something like this.
Yes.
The flavor is very mild, so I love experimenting with sprouts and dishes to where I can get my son, that's 5, that's very picky, to eat them and still like them.
Yes.
And you don't have to overdo it. Like like we talked about, it's a packed nutrient food. So you can do just a few of them that you're getting and feel good about them getting some nutrients.
And honestly, salad is just one way to use it. I've used it in the crispy mix and hummus. I've done hamburgers, and I just tossed the sprouts in it. And I'm gonna season it just a little bit, depending on your guys' preferences. Feel free to season, salt it however you want. Put a little bit of salt just because I'm gonna be using BurgerFit finishing salt. So I'm gonna wait on that, and it's black pepper, my favorite. For those
So the salt and pepper blend.
Yes, the salt pepper blend. Yeah,
And all the products that we're talking about here, from Coops to SunGarden to BurgerFit, on your PDF, the last page of it has a discount code that you can use on our website. So please go and use it and enjoy cooking everything we're doing today.
Yes, and so mine is just done.
Yours is done.
Yeah,
oh my
mine is
goodness. Well, my burgers are almost done too. And one thing I wanted to mention too, when you're doing burgers, I see so often, I don't know if you ever do this, but people love smashing down their burgers. And I don't know why that trend started, but when you squish and manhandle your burger like that, all you're doing is squishing out all the flavor. Let it be. Just let it be happy. You can throw these on the grill. You can throw them in the skillet, throw them in the oven, and just leave them alone. It's that easy. All right, I'm going to get a plate so we can plate all of this yummy food. You have other sprouts that you think would be good in this that you could experiment with if you don't have those at home?
So SunGarden actually has different types. We've got just our straight broccoli. We've got alfalfa clover blend. We've got our spicy mix, which is my favorite, and it has radish and clover in it. So you can honestly, in any of our sprouts, you can use it. We've got our garlic micro green, and that's by far one of our popular ones. And you can just chop them up, add a little bit of that. A little goes a long way. It's very flavorful.
So I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle these burgers with some of my smoked salts. This is just the regular Mediterranean original blend. And I love finishing salts. It gives you a nice little subtle crunch to it.
Okay.
Since they're finishing salts, so you're not working with them. I'm gonna go to put my burger on here. And if your kids won't eat something as beautiful as this, I know the feeling, but you can still be happy that they're getting a bunch of nutrients in this burger here with the sprout powder added. So this is our broccoli blend, but we're also launching an alfalfa sprout powder blend, which is such a mild flavor. I'll probably add some Arizona heat coops mustard on top of the burgers too. So, and now you have a super healthy, nutrient-rich dinner, lunch. Follow us on @GetBurgerFit. Tag us if you make either one of our meals or use our smoked salts or our sprouts in any of your other meals. We'd love to hear you and see what you're doing with our stuff. And then how do they follow SunGarden?
So we're both on Facebook and Instagram. Our Facebook is just SunGarden. And then on Instagram, we're sungarden.fresh.living.
You can follow Coops Mustard @Coops Mustard. And then IWC is on Facebook.
Yes.
IWC. Thank y'all so much.